Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining for today's free training, free webinar. I'm your host, Wesley Smith with treeservicedigital.com, where we talk about digital marketing topics and try to put together a topical webinar of any kind of digital marketing topic for the tree service and tree care industry. This is really relevant for any type of business out there, service area business, where you as a service provider go to your customers' homes and businesses and properties to perform services. So this is going to be similar for all the different home service niches, but specifically we cater to the tree care industry. So thanks for joining today. This is going to be about your Google Maps and the best practices to get the best results on the Google Maps, which is really called your Google Business Profile. In the past, it was called your Google My Business, and they've pivoted and changed it to Google Business Profile. A little bit tougher to say. It doesn't roll off the tongue as easy as Google My Business, but hey, we all know what it is. We call it the GBP, Google Business Profile, GBP for short. But thanks for joining today. Let me go ahead and share my slides and we'll get right into what we need to cover today so you're up to date on all the new changes with the Google Business Profile. And as always, I always ask for somebody just to pop in really quick in the chat. Yes, I can see your slides or the question and answer box. Either way, just to make sure I'm not talking to a blank screen behind it. Every now and then it just does not sync up to the screen behind it. So if you could just pop a chat in there really quick and just say, yes, we can see the slides, be greatly appreciated. That way I know I'm not just talking to a blank screen. Otherwise, it's not really worth discussing if you guys can't see the slides here. Should be showing. I think in this other window, I'm seeing that it is. So, all right, thanks for that. Appreciate it. So we'll get right into it. This is the Google Maps growth process for tree service companies in 2024. And this is going to be all about how to get the best results on the Google Maps, which what we were talking about before is the Google Business Profile. And typically you log into that by going to your Gmail or a Google account. You just log right into it and you can always kind of get in there and see what's going on. And today we're going to kind of show you some of the changes that have taken place within the platform. That way you can see for yourself what may have changed inside your Google Business platform as well. All right, make sure I got my phone turned off there. I had it turned off, but if somebody calls multiple times, it does that. So we always go through the digital dominance method here, and it's pretty much every spoke on the wheel, your full digital marketing strategy that's going to help you get the best results overall on the internet. And so this falls into the first foundational element, which is your website, your SEO, your Google Maps, your reviews and reputation. And so this is a big part of how you convert more people that are lookers and visitors to your website or people that have seen your business into customers. And that's what you want to ultimately do is convert people into customers and fans of your business. So this is a very important foundational topic of the overall digital dominance method that we go through with our clients. So today, if you want to get the most out of this free training, it's not going to be long. It's going to be short and sweet where you get all the nuggets that you need to make sure you go back and implement in your market. Or if you need help implementing it, we're certainly able to do that for you as well. But make sure you kind of pay attention to a couple of these different parts because these are the ones that you want to make the changes on your Google Business Profile as far as a few different places that are going to be pretty important. So if you're serious about doubling or tripling the leads that you pull from your Google listing, your Google Business Profile for tree service, then the next 20 to 30 minutes are going to be critical for you. And I think you're going to get something out of it. Here's what we're going to cover today. The latest updates with the Google Map listing, the 5 biggest issues that could be preventing you from ranking on the Google Maps, our proven model and formula for ranking in the top 3 of the Google Maps, and the best tools to systematize and automate the heavy lifting for you in certain aspects of managing your Google Map listing, and how to add your social media profile links to your listing. So there's a new section there where you can go in and you can add your Facebook page link, your Instagram page link, etc. Why the internet and why Google Maps? Well, over the last 10 to 20 years, as you know, unless you've been living under a rock or in a cave or something, there's been a massive transition from offline to online. So most people just go right to their smartphone. They'll go to a search engine, whether that's Google, Bing, Yahoo, Apple, wherever they're going to go, and they're going to search for like tree service companies near me, tree removal companies near me, tree service my city. etc. And they're going to look at a couple of results at the top of the page. Well, the Google Maps are the organic first results below the paid ads section. And this is what we're going to talk about today. So statistics tell us that more than 77% of consumers go online when they're looking for tree services and other home service related services. And there's over 10 million searches every month. The last time we did this check for tree service and tree removal type searches on the internet. And so you only need a small, itty bitty fractional percentage of that 10 million searches in your local area to get really good results and get people giving you a call because they actually searched and found your business. So next question, if you're new to our videos or our webinar series, you may be asking like, who am I, and why should you listen to me? Well, we're members of TCIA. We've also been in the internet marketing space for close to 12 years now. Author, I wrote a book a couple of years ago. We're actually refreshing that. Gonna have a new book out shortly. Author of How to Win with Internet Marketing for Tree Service Contractors. And we specialize in tree service contractor internet marketing, tree care, arborist, tree service, you name it. We're expert web development professionals and digital marketing team behind me. We work with over 100 tree service contractors across the United States, and we know what works to generate a flood of new business by plugging into the internet. And this is going to help you, increase your sales, enhance your online reputation, drive more calls, leads, and profits for your business, and increase repeat and referral business as well, which you don't want to miss out on. So people ask often, hey, do Google Maps really matter still? Since there's all these paid ads and social media, does the Google Maps actually matter? Well, our statistics still show us when you do heat maps of search volume and where people's lead flow is coming from, 45% of clicks and calls are going to go to the top 3 results on the Google Maps. And a lot of this is because people have a preference on their phone or when they do searches of how they interact with the search results. Some people click on the paid ads because it's like the very top option at the top. And I'm going to show you a few of those things here in just a minute. And some people say, you know what? I don't want to click on those paid ads. I don't want to click on those sponsored ads. I just want to click on the most local businesses. And so then they'll click on the one that's like right there in the Google Maps because they then feel like maybe this is a local or closer company to my proximity, right? Closer to me. So I don't have to wait on the estimate too long or, I just know that they're local and I like that the best. So yes, Google Maps are 45% of clicks and calls. So yes, Google Maps do matter a lot. It's affirmative. Google Maps drives a lot of phone calls and a lot of website visits and people interacting with your website. If you got a chat widget on like some sort of chat response tool, if you've got contact forms or click to call buttons, people are going to get in touch with you. So you want to make sure you're highly visible on the Google Maps. We'll get into the other things too on how to get the best results there. So we're going to go through a couple little things today. So the biggest changes that have taken place on the Google Business Profile, aka the Google Maps, is Google Business Profile is now managed on the search page. You've probably already seen this. I think this actually implemented last year. Just wanted to cover it. When you go to manage your Google Business Profile, in case you haven't logged in quite some time, it's going to be on the search page now. So when you click on the Google Business Profile logo emblem, from your Google Apps and you open it up in a new tab, if you're already logged into Google, it'll open up a new tab. And so you're going to see on the search page now, instead of in that old Google My Business dashboard, it's just everything's on the search page. So I think I got another training video as well that kind of goes through how to optimize your Google Business Profile under the way it looks now. So you may want to check that out. But one of the changes is it's now managed on the search page. Google has also added social media links to kind of substantiate your business. So they want to see like your Facebook page, your Instagram page, your YouTube channel, Twitter, etc. Right? You can put those links on your profile and Google will show those. The other change is they're doing away with call history on your insights portion of your Google Business Profile. So normally you could go in there, go click on the insights because you want to see how many people have interacted with your Google map, your Google Business Profile. And so up until July or so, you always had the ability to go in there to the insights and see how many people have called, how many people have requested directions to your business, how many people have clicked on your website link, etc. All of that's going away July 31st. So you're no longer going to be able to see like the quantity of calls you've had in a 30-day window, 6-month window, different things like that. So it's all going to kind of go away. So that's what's going to happen Also, they're getting rid of the messaging feature. So now you can't message, those chats that come in from your Google business profile. And from our experience with the chat and the messaging on the Google business profile, those are 90-95% spam anyway. So that's not going to really affect your lead flow or anything like that we're going to see, because most people want to turn that feature off, because a lot of it is just fluff and spam and people looking to grab your information, or I don't even know what their goal is, but these spam messages are like, "Hey, do you do tree service?" And it's like, "Yeah, we're a tree service company. That's what it says on our Google name. The name of our business is, XYZ Tree Service. So yeah, we do tree service." So it's a lot of people like fishing and stuff on there. So it's not going to affect your lead flow really, by the messaging feature going away. So there's also the old category on there was arborist and tree surgeon, which was in addition to the tree service category. So the arborist and tree service, or arborist and tree surgeon category, has now been eliminated, and now it's just arborist services, which I think is a much better name for it anyway for the category, because if you're an arborist, sometimes you're not a tree surgeon, right? Sometimes if you're just an arborist, you do tree care, plant health care, tree fertilization, things like that. So I think it's best if they kind of keep the arborist services separate from the tree service. And if you do both, then great, you'll just select both categories and you'll show up for both. So now it's arborist services instead of arborist and tree surgeon. So just wanted to kind of highlight those changes. So the maps, the way they look is they're kind of that first, basically result right below the paid ads. And so this is what the Google Maps looks like right here in green. And then this is what the Google local service ads look like that actually sync up to your Google Map profile. So what happens is if you set up a local service ad account with Google where you get the Google Guaranteed badge, what they do is they sync up right to your Google Map listing, your Google business profile, to feed in those reviews on the local service ad platform. So, if you want to get more calls, a good thing to do is to get on this Google local service ad platform. And what we've seen in the past, people get a slight little nudge on the Google Maps when they start paying for the local service ads. We see that pretty consistently. So if you're paying for local service ads, a lot of times your business, there's a bunch of other moving parts for getting ranked on the Google Maps, but one of them is if you're doing local service ads, Google's kind of giving you a little bit of preferential treatment since you're paying for calls on that platform. So they also help you out in the maps just a little bit. Ben asks, how do I get verified on Google Maps? I've tried multiple times and they won't tell me why I'm rejected. So Ben, that's a great question. And Google likes to keep that super gray, right? Not real sure what it is. Here, go to this page and read these 50 different reasons why it may or may not have been verified. One of the things we see, they did add in their terms of service last year or the year before, you can verify at a residential address. So if it's a residential address, you should be good as long as it's just one residential address. And a lot of times what they'll do is just make you do a video verification. So take some videos of your trucks and then maybe of the address. And sometimes they also require like a business document, like a Secretary of State articles of organization that you created the business. You can show the LLC or the corporation is at that address, and sometimes that'll get it verified. But normally they give you like a verification method, and you just kind of go through those steps. Sometimes the postcard never shows up if you do the postcard method, so that's kind of tough sometimes. But usually the video verification we've seen have gone through. So I need a little more information. I'm not sure exactly the specifics of the dynamic there. If it's a shared office, UPS store, post office, those don't work. Google has already like blacklisted all those addresses because they got heavily spammed for about 10 to 12 years. And now they won't really allow those. So not sure. If you have a little more information there, I can try to help you answer that. So that's it for the maps and the local service ads. That really helps if you're on both. How it impacts search results is like this. So if you see right here, Google local service ads are the top spot here. So when somebody does a search for tree service near me, for example, they're going to see the Google local service ads here with 2 or 3 results. Now it's generally 2 results. And then you also have the Google ads with the link that you click on to go to this website below the local service ads. So there's the local service ads, then the Google ads, then the Google Maps right here. And sorry, it's a little jumbled up. It's tough to get all of these on this one slide here. So I was trying to attempt to kind of like squeeze these images in there. But really, number one, you're going to see the local service ads, which is always a good reason to get on there. Number 2, you're going to see the Google ads. And then number 3, you'll see the Google Maps. So this is how when people in your local community do a search are going to see your tree service online. And Keith, yes, sir, it will be recorded and it will be a replay that we send out. It'll also be on YouTube and on the podcast audio. So have a great Friday, my man. So that's how you do, that's what it looks like on the search page. And if you want to sign up for local service ads like the Google Guaranteeds, just go to Google and then maybe just type in, Google local service ads and do a search. Like go to the Google search bar, just type in local service ads and Google will have a link. The link might be, this link works, but I think it changes from time to time. So I think could be localserviceads.googlenow.com. I'm not sure, but if you just go to Google, do a search, local service ads, you'll see how you can get signed up there with your Google account. But those are really good. Do those too. So let me ask you guys a question. If you have maybe a reason for this, like why is getting your Google map listing ranked in that top 2 or 3 positions on the Google Maps? Why is that important to you? And again, you don't have to ask any questions or, put in the chat your response or anything. I just want to make sure you kind of think that through. Like, why is that important? Some of our clients, they've got phenomenal results on the Google Maps. A lot of it's proximity based, a lot of it's like population density in the area. So if you're out in the middle of nowhere and there's more cows and farmers than people, then your Google map listing is not going to get a lot of action, right? You're out in the middle of nowhere. But if you're in a very urban area, heavily populated area, you can expect to get really good results from the Google Maps pretty consistently because people are seeing it all the time. So one of our clients, this is a snapshot of their insights, which again, they'll be going away too for us. We won't be able to do this for our clients' insights, but we'll track the calls another way. But 71 phone calls in a 1 month period. So you see 1 month we sorted by 133 actions on the Google Business Profile. So some people are requesting directions, which really don't make any sense because they're not really going to that tree company's office and sitting down and talking about a tree. They're typically requesting an estimate or appointment. But then visiting website, 54, 71 calls. So out of that 54 visitors to the website, I mean, if you just had to guess, at least 10 or 20 of those probably turned into a lead as well because they just did a search. They just clicked on their Google map. They're like, wow, they got great reviews. Let me click on the website. So they probably got 90 leads, 85 to 90 leads from their Google map listing in 1 month. That's a lot. This one here, another month, another screenshot. This client got 60 calls in 1 month, 9 requested directions, and 66 visitors to the website, which probably also yielded, who knows, 10 to 20 more leads. So just a third of those would give this client 80 leads from their Google map listing. So these are just screenshots of, some of our clients' Google business profiles in the back end. So now let's look at the 8 critical elements to enhance conversion on your Google map listing. So number 1, we mentioned that just a few slides ago. So set up a local service ads account, especially if you got a small budget, you just want to get some calls coming in. Google local service ads can be great. Now, in some markets, there's 20, 30, 40 tree companies in local service ads. So you may or may not be able to get up in there to get those calls just at the very beginning. But if you keep working on getting reviews and keep optimizing your profile and all of those things, you will continually move up and get higher than some of the competition. But it's important to get started on that sooner than later. So get a local service ads account set up and going. Make sure inside your Google business profile, you put the full description in there. Just make sure you got a full description, fill out the description really well, which is a chance just to write up 5 to 10 sentences, like a couple paragraphs of your business, what you do, where you're located, your family owned and operated. We started in blah, blah, blah year. We've been going for this many years. We're happy to take care of your property. Just, a nice little write-up summary. Fill that out. Make sure you get listed on all the third-party listings like Angie's List, Yelp. Even if you're not running ads on Angie, just get listed on there, right? A lot of these data aggregators will get you listed in a lot of these online directories. So Angie, Yelp, Super Pages, Hot Pages, there's hundreds and hundreds of these directories that you want citations of your business on. So name, address, phone number, website, very, very important to get on all these different websites. So make sure you also add your social profiles. These are simple to do, right? Just go really everywhere with the name of your business. So make sure you get a business Facebook page. Make sure you get an Instagram page. Make sure you get a LinkedIn business page. Again, set up the Yelp page. Like all these substantiate that you're a real business when you have all of these social profiles and everything. And Google, I mean, their algorithm only has so many things to go by. So if we feed them the right information, you'll have the most likelihood of being in the top up there. Also, post weekly, or you can even post daily on your Google Business Profile, sorry, which is your Google Map listing. So there's a posting feature. Make sure you're posting on there weekly. Also, updating photos. We see this as a big opportunity for tree service companies. I would say 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10, maybe 4 out of 10 clients that we work with really take a lot of photos. And we really push take a lot of photos, even just your cell phone, right? These cell phones these days, I mean, good grief, they got 25, 30 megapixel cameras. So there's better than an old professional photographer camera 10 years ago. Just take a ton of photos, right? Take some of them horizontal, take some of them vertical, and just take pictures of your crew, like cleaning up, trimming the trees, take pictures of the trucks, the equipment, the crew. All of those pictures are unique images for your business. They're not stock photos that are being hashed around the internet that a lot of companies are using. You've seen the same stock photos, right? The guy with the long trimming saw with the orange hard hat, like that's on everybody's website, I think. So just use your own unique bring to life photos of your business, and it's really going to go a long way. And also, Google knows those are unique images, so they really prefer those, right? So when you do that, they're usually geotagged for the local area as well sometimes, so your smartphone does. So just upload those. If you download the Google Business Profile app to your phone, your crew members can all be managers of your profile, or your team leads, or your general manager, those types of things. They can then upload photos and things like that to the Google Business Profile too. All that activity just tells Google you're active, you're doing the right thing, you're mover and shaker in the tree service niche, and you're going to start getting more and more visibility on there. So update a lot of photos. That's a big improvement factor. We see most of our clients that have the most reviews and have the most photos in their Google Business Profile typically win in the top 3 in the Google Maps. So again, those are just, we see this all the time. Consistent reviews. So make sure you're getting a ton of reviews all the time on your Google Business Profile. And what we always say is, like, yes, it's good to get reviews on Yelp and Angie and Facebook. Start with Google first. Get, I would say, 50, 100. Look at your competition. If your competition only has 20 or 30, make it a goal to go get 50 or 100. Your competition's got 200 reviews, just know you're going to need to go and get equal amount of reviews to make sure you're as valid as all these other companies. Because again, going back to Google's algorithm, they've only got a couple things they can really check, right? And it's going to be like reviews, the actual rating. Are you 4.8, 4.9? Are you 5.0? How many photos? How many times you're posting? Is your website ranked on the first page? If all those things are happening, then normally you're going to get preferential treatment on the maps. So the last but not least is a schema markup on the website. I don't want to get too technical, but it's a piece of code that you can generate for your website. And when you embed that into your website header, body, or footer section on your website, it basically distributes this code onto the website that Google then crawls and picks up, and it tells them about your location of your business, the address. You can further kind of drive that point home with this code called schema markup. And when you do that, that also enhances and influences where your Google Map listing is going to rank. So those are the 8 critical elements that I wanted to go through here. Google says it has reduced fake Google Maps listings by 70% since 2015. So they had a big push getting rid of PO boxes, UPS stores, Regis, those shared offices. Some of them still work, the shared offices, but for the most part, if it's one of those main ones like Regis or something like that, in addition to post office boxes and UPS stores, you don't want to get a Google Map listing verified there, because eventually it's going to get suspended. So you don't want to do that. What could be hurting your rankings on the maps? Well, your website needs the proper on-page SEO to help influence your map position. On-page SEO is like, are the pages on your homepage, the one you have plugged in there to your Google Business Profile, does it have the name of your city that you're targeting on the Google Maps? Does it have like your tree service, tree removal, tree care, tree trimming, tree pruning, all those keywords on it? Because Google reads and crawls the website attached to the Google Business Profile. So if you don't have your website optimized properly, it's gonna harm your rankings on the Google Maps in most cases, especially if it's a very competitive market. You also want to select the correct cities for locations of areas served. I mean, we've seen it several times where a client, we get access to it and the Google Business Profile is targeting the wrong city, or you have 100 cities you're targeting under that one profile. Well, Google's not going to let your map listing show up, 30 miles away when there's, 20 other tree companies closer over there, right? So generally speaking, you want to target your main local area plus maybe 3 to 5 additional areas. Because again, Google's not going to show this local proximity search map listing everywhere around your whole metro area. It's just not going to happen. Usually there's so many dozens of tree companies, they're going to show somebody else over yours that's closer to that person doing the search. So don't select every single area you service if it's too far away and stuff like that. We also see inconsistent name, address, phone number, and profile across the web. So you want to make sure that your name, address, phone number, website's all the same on all these directories that we were talking about with Yelp, Angie, Home Advisor, etc. Make sure that all of that information about your business is accurate. And if you move or you change phone numbers and all that stuff, you got to make sure you update these directories as best you can. Some people just have too few Google reviews. That could be hurting your rankings on the maps. You got to get more reviews. Focus on those 5-star reviews. The more of those you get, the better. It never hurts. You can never have enough reviews. I mean, we've seen a couple of people with like 1,000, 2,000 Google reviews. And I mean, they are boat racing the competition, and Google's going to show their Google map listing like all the time because that's the best search result in that local area, right? Somebody's got 1,000 5-star reviews versus another tree company that's got maybe 20. They're going to show the one with 1,000 reviews way more often because you can't fake that. You can't fake 1,000 reviews. So they're going to generally show those. The other part is it could be affecting you if you don't have enough photos on your Google business profile. So make sure you're also uploading photos consistently, like we were mentioning before. Here's our proven formula to get ranked in the 3-pack. So the Google business profile getting ranked in the top 3 is going to be, you want to have all those directories be listed in all these directories across the web. That's going to help you. Also get tons and tons of 5-star reviews, right? And then also make sure you do the on-page SEO on your website. So make sure you got all the correct wording and keywords and everything on your website in the right places. And then also get a bunch of reviews, upload a bunch of photos, and get listed in all these directories. So let's go through the top 5 that you need to do here. So number 1, claim and optimize your Google business profile to show up on the maps. So make sure you have a login for your Google business profile account. Typically, it's just your Google login, like a Gmail. That's where you're going to start it and then click on Google My Business. And then from there, if you're already logged into Google, it'll just create the profile underneath that same Gmail account. Update your company name to read company name. Don't add any keywords on your Google map for just, various reasons, just adding something in there. Don't do that. Add your website address. Make sure you get your website link in there. Use a local number. 800 numbers and stuff like that, or out of town numbers that aren't local, are going to harm your ability to rank on the Google Maps. We've seen this. Use a local address. Residential is okay as long as you just have one address, but do not use PO boxes or UPS stores. They're all flagged and they all will eventually get suspended at some point. Make sure you're uploading photos, as many as possible. Use personal photos, pictures of yourself, the owner, pictures of your staff, pictures of the office, pictures of your trucks, your equipment, your logo, coupons, pictures of your work. People connect and resonate with people, right? Leverage that in your Google map. Show pictures of you guys doing work. And list your hours of operations and services offered in there. That's thoroughly filling out your Google business profile. So here's how it looks these days. So when I was talking about the search page, so now you can see it on the search page when you click on it to manage it. So you've got edit profile where you can edit different things in there. You can read your reviews and respond to your reviews. Another good thing too, guys, is making sure you're responding to the reviews. That's another activity that's very important because you're already getting the reviews. Just make sure you're in there responding. And if you do get one of those negative reviews, 1 star, 2 star, whatever, just make sure you go in and explain your side of the story very professionally. Don't fly off the handle on the response because that could create a negative impact on people calling you in the future. So make sure you respond professionally. Ask them to give your office a call to make it right, something like that. This is your messages, which will be going away. They're going to disable the chat and the messaging feature. You can add more photos here. This is the insights and performance that's going to be going away for the most part, like at least the call history part will be. They've already mentioned that. You can edit your products and services here, your bookings, calls, questions and answer, things like that. But this is what it looks like. And just get familiar with logging in there and just making, updates all the time. But this is kind of the insights area here. It kind of tells you like, up until recently, up until July 31st, this is the way it looks. You can see the overview of how many people have interacted with your business. And then you can also see calls, messages, bookings, directions, and website clicks from this dashboard. So here are the best practices for your Google business profile. Update your photos and add them on a consistent basis. Number 2, leverage Google Posts by posting at least once every 30 days. We suggest one a week, but you can post, every 30 days if you'd like, or every day if you like. Get consistent 5-star reviews. This goes a long way in helping you show up at the top of the maps. And it also helps your local service ads too, if you get those running. Answer questions that get posted. So if people ask you a question like, hey, do you do tree fertilization? Make sure you go back and answer that question. That helps show interaction with your Google business profile. And respond to reviews with positive comments. That really goes a long way too. Google wants to see that the companies on their platform are taking care of their customers. The number 2 way is build the citations and consistency with name, address, and phone number. So you want to make sure when you get listed in all these directories that you've got accurate name, address, phone number, website in all of these different directories. And that's going to give you consistent reference of company name, address, and phone number. And you don't want duplicate, incorrect business information across the web. And to get this accomplished, to get into all those directories, there's several data aggregators that will basically take your listing and push it out to lots and lots and lots of these online directories, which really helps you kind of get further faster. So pay attention to those. And there's a couple of them you can just subscribe to. So there's Bright Local, there's Whitespark, Moz Local, Advice Local. There's places you can go get. There's Yext as well, which is about the most expensive one, but they have a relationship and a direct sync up with tons of these online listing platforms. So any of these number ones right here will really help your business get listed everywhere. So the best practice for those is just manually claim and optimize your Google business profile. Use a tool like Yext for direct API to 50 of the top citations, right? Like the most important ones like Yelp, Angie, Super Pages, White Pages, Yellow Pages, all those really helps. Get listed in major data aggregators, which we kind of showed on the previous slide there. Leverage a tool like Bright Local Citation Finder or Whitespark to find niche listing opportunities. So these are ones that are more focused generally on your type of business. Those are even more effective. So number 3, focus on getting lots of real reviews. So as you're out there doing jobs, guys, when people give you a review from where they're standing at a certain location, Google sees that you're working in this location. And when they leave that review, it's a stamp that they were standing in that spot. So that's really good for your local SEO too, is when people give you those reviews from their home, from the property you did work on, that's going to help you show in these other areas online on the Google Maps because they know you've been there, right? You just got a review there. And Google sees that stuff. So make sure you're getting plenty of Google reviews. And there's a lot of ways to do this. There's ways you can do it with your CRM like Jobber, Single Ops, Arbor Gold, Arbostar. You can send out, when you send out the invoice to pay, you can have a canned response that says, thank you so much for your business. Did we give you 5-star service? If so, would you mind clicking this link and giving us a quick review? That works really well. You can follow up with people on that. You can also do it manually at people's homes as you're collecting the invoice. You can hand them like a card where they can scan a QR code, and then it pops up your Google business profile review link, and they can just leave you a review right there. So there's a lot of ways to do it. Just consistency is so key. 5 to 10, 15 reviews a month, you are going to kill it online if you get that many reviews, because a lot of people get a couple here and there and they just forget about doing it for a year, 2 years. But if you do 5, 10, 15 a month, in a year or 2 years, you're going to have 200-300 reviews. And it's going to go a long way in boat racing the competition and being more visible on the maps and on the local service ads. So the strategy for driving consistent reviews, just mentioned this briefly, but I'd like to go through it with you too here. Leverage tools to request a review after every single service call, every job you do. Leave a printed review card, QR code, or you can just pull it out while you're collecting and just have them scan it right there. Hey, did we give you 5-star service today? It would help us so much if you would scan this really quick and give us a quick 5-star Google review. Our marketing team is really telling us to push this, and they're telling us it's going to help other people make the right decision too. So if you could just give us a quick review, it helps our business so much on the internet, and we really appreciate you. Or you could offer them an incentive or something like that, if you need to. Train your crews to plant the seed and deliver a world-class experience. Incentivize them to get reviews. Maybe pay them $10 for every 5-star review, $20 for every 5-star review, whatever. And you'll be surprised. You'll start getting 10, 20 reviews a month at that point. Make a call after the service to walk them through the review process. So you can even call your customer and say, hey, just want to make sure you got that link that we sent you for a Google review. It's so important for us to build that up. If you wouldn't mind, if you could just take 20 seconds to do that, we'd really appreciate it. And so you can also build reviews and recognition into your company culture. So every week, if you have a company meeting or a training meeting, good time to go over, hey, Jim and his crew, they got the most reviews this week. They got 4 5-star reviews last week. Congratulations, guys. We really need those reviews. That's kind of building it into your company culture, and it really helps. So the best tools for review automation. So if you want to use like a tool to get those, like of course here at Tree Service Digital, we have one we configure, we give to every client. It's a text and email methodology, and it really helps get those reviews. But there's Nearby Now, there's Review Buzz, there's Nice Job, there's Bird Eye, Customer Lobby, Service Titan. There's a bunch of different ones, but they all work, and they all work really well as long as you use them. So number 4, to get higher up in the Google Maps, is your SEO on-page optimization. So you see right here in the footer of this website, we've got contact us, and you've got their address that also further shows the search engines that you're located at this address. So that's going to help your map listing. But by the way, guys, if you have any other questions, punch them in. We'll start wrapping up here shortly, and I want to make sure I address any questions if you have any further questions. Thanks so much, you guys, for asking those ones previously. But the on-page optimization is certainly very important too. It's not last, it's not least. You have your name and address and phone number here, website, and then you've also got the Google Map plugin right here, which also sends signals to the search engine like this is this website's Google Map listing affiliated with the business. So that's really good to have there as well. So, some of the other things you can do is, basically, these right here where you want to put, your area that you cover. So a tree company in Memphis, Tennessee, for example, is the keyword here. And that further tells Google that they are located in Memphis, Tennessee. This is what we're trying to accomplish with the on-page SEO and the keywords. And so you tell them the search engines what this website's about. And that also further helps. And you see you got right here, Memphis, Tennessee. That really helps too. So, appreciate that. Thanks for letting me know I had a typo there. Sorry about that. Number 5 is add social media profiles. So now you have the ability to, inside the Google Business Profile, there's an area where you can add your social media links, your social media profiles. So you can literally go in there, and it's very good to do this. And they put out a couple of publications about this and why they're doing this. So you want to put in all the ones you have. So if you just have Facebook and Instagram, that's fine. Just put those in there. I don't think there's a section for Yelp, but I could be wrong. Most people don't use it, but it's still a good link, good profile to create because it's a very substantial website, lots of traffic, hundreds of millions of users on there. But LinkedIn is another good business page to create. And then if you have a YouTube channel, also, put that link in there as well. And what this does is Google put out a messaging a while back, and it says, basically this helps with authority of your business, because if you're on all these different social platforms and you're constantly posting content there as well, more than likely you're a real business, because they're trying to get rid of spam. So more than likely you're a real business, and we can see that you guys are active and taking care of the local community. So basically it shows them that, and the search engines that you're a real business. And then they'll start using social posting activity pretty soon to determine search rankings as well. So if you're getting a lot of links and clicks over to your website from like your Facebook page, your Instagram page, your YouTube channel, that's going to show them that you're active and putting out content, because otherwise people wouldn't be clicking on your website, right, from those locations. Those are called referral traffic. So if you have a lot of referral traffic from these social profiles, that's going to really help your SEO and longevity on your website. So they've already said as much. They already told the community that. So add your social media profiles as best you can there. And then a couple of quick notes and updates. We went over this in the very beginning, a couple of things I wanted to cover. This is where they put out the official notification, official messaging about Google Business Profile call history is going away. So they're reaching out to share that on July 31st, 2024, you'll stop seeing call history reports in Google Business Profile. We acknowledge this may be difficult news as we continually improve our tools. We occasionally have to make difficult decisions which may impact the businesses and partners we work with. So basically, they're saying you're still going to get the calls. They're just not going to have call history inside that dashboard any further. The other thing is they're doing changes to the Google Business Profile chat. So beginning July 31st, the chat feature in Google Business Profile will no longer be available. Customers will still be able to find and contact your business through Google Search, Google Maps. They can learn more information about from your website links, business description, photos, and anything else you share on your business profile. So basically, they're just saying, look, the chat messaging feature is going bye-bye. And after July 31st, it's not going to be there anymore. And your chat history is going to be wiped out too. So you're not going to be able to see all that stuff. So that's just a couple of quick tips. You may see those changes over the next month or two, it says. So just be aware of those. I don't think it's going to affect your lead flow, but it's just something to take note of. Our proven formula for getting ranked in the 3-pack, we'll go over that one more time. So get listed in all of these directories. That's always kind of been the benchmark of getting started with your SEO. Get listed in all these different online directories. Get reviews constantly, all the time on your Google Business Profile. 5-star reviews, are the preferred one. You don't want to get the lower reviews. If they start coming in frequently, then there's probably some problems out in the field. And then on-page SEO, make sure you on your website that you have like your keywords and stuff about your local city. We do tree services in XYZ city and state. We also serve the entire county of blah, blah, blah. We also tree removal, tree trimming, tree care, tree fertilization. We do all these services to make sure all that stuff is written somewhere on the website. Usually the homepage is good for that because that's the one that's plugged in directly to your Google Business Profile. So all that stuff influences where you're going to rank on the map for sure. So what our clients say, this is just one of the several testimonials we got here, but Tree Service Digital has really came through with their promise and watched my rankings climb to #1 in the local maps on Google. Other marketing companies have overpromised and underdelivered. I can't say enough good things about Tree Service Digital. If you're on the fence about it, I can promise you'll be happy with Tree Service Digital. I appreciate that, Dylan, with Ace Tree Service out in California. So we've got plenty more. And you can go to our website, treeservicedigital.com, and check out our testimonials page. Lots of video testimonials as well. Anybody has any other last-minute questions, let me know. Free online marketing plan review. So basically, we'll take a look at your business, where you're at, how to develop a game plan for your business, or talk about your Google Maps strategy. I'm happy to do that. You can go to treeservicedigital.com and just fill out the contact form, and it'll redirect you right to our calendar if you want to schedule something for next week or whenever it's convenient for you and your team. So happy to go over that with you and see if we can help you in any way implement a lot of these things. So yeah, absolutely, we can do that. And these are those. Any other questions here? So Amanda, is there anyone in Pensacola, Florida using your services? I will have to check back with you on that. Pensacola, they're in the Panhandle. That does ring a bell. We probably have a client down that way, but usually there's enough business to go around, so it doesn't really affect anything unless you guys are literally like right next door to each other type thing. So generally speaking, we can help other businesses as well. Kelly says, nice job. Thanks so much, Kelly. Appreciate that. Any other questions with the Google Business Profile or anything you're seeing or having issues with? Just punch it in the chat there. Happy to answer your question, or the question and answer, I guess I should say. Again, this is a digital dominance method. Everything that we do, actually, our marketing checklist, if you hadn't gotten that one, it's free. If you go to our website, treeservicedigital.com, you can download the free ultimate internet marketing checklist for tree service companies. And it's basically everything we do in a little 4-page PDF document. Really, really powerful for just kind of seeing the overview of everything we do to help you get the best results online. So hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any other questions, we're always here. Shoot us an email, get in touch with us on the YouTube channel, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, podcast, all those good things, and social media. If you hadn't joined our free Facebook group, Tree Service Marketing Secrets, just go to Facebook and search for Tree Service Marketing Secrets. I think it's on the website too. You can click on it to join there. And love to have you in that free group as well, where we talk about marketing tips and stuff like that. So give us a call, 770-637-3707 if you'd rather talk on the phone for a minute to get something scheduled. Or you can simply go to our website. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Happy Friday, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks so much.